I'm Becca Chaffin, and I'm a fine art photographer who also works with multimedia.
My name is Brooke Hitchcock. I am a senior at Stevenson High School, and next year I'll be majoring in illustration at the College for Creative Studies.
I'm currently a junior, or going into my junior year at Wayne State University. I'm a fine art major with my emphasis currently in photography, potentially moving into ceramics as well, and I'm a psychology minor.
Most often I work in great graphite color pencils, because that's most available to me. However, I like to use watercolors as well as some charcoal sometimes.
I've been interested in art since I was born. I used to do a lot more performing arts, and then as I got older it moved more into the visual arts, specifically photography and painting, but I still have a love for the performance art of it. I like to use a lot of dramatic lighting and a lot, of the effects that you would get with more of an old-time look. I don't know, using more modern costuming and putting this totally, these two totally opposing viewpoints into one thing.
My style, if it's not doing like a realistic drawing, is usually kind of sketchy and loose. When I'm starting something, I start with just getting like basic shapes down and the placement of everything. And once I have that, a solid ground, then I go into the details and just keep working at it.
When I first start working on a piece, it's always the brainstorming and what's going to work, what do I know I can do, what do I know I can't do, and then how can I fix the things I can't do so I can rework them and make it even potentially better than my initial idea ever was. And then it's just the execution and then the editing and the reworking everything over and over and over.
The most important influence on my art has been my mom, because ever since I was little, she's been there. We just draw on the kitchen floor and stuff, and I can remember her telling me that if you can see it in your head, you can draw it on paper, and that's always kind of stuck with me. This past summer, I did go to Italy, and that was an amazing trip, so I got to see stuff by Michelangelo and a bunch of amazing artists, and that's definitely inspiring. I've also seen and always loved the old Barbie fashion sketches, and I believe the artist for those is Robert Best.
Most important influence, Richard Avedon. Hands down, his photography, his portrait work, his everything. The way he shot people is the way I would absolutely love to work with people and be able to shoot them like that.
I've definitely seen improvement. I can look back at old sketchbooks and see what I thought used to be really good, and then looking at my stuff now, it's so embarrassing to look back at the old ones because there's such an improvement, so that's really interesting.
My artwork has changed so much. I mean, I've looked the past 4 years. I was looking at it a couple weeks ago. I used to shoot flowers close up and thought that was really cool, and bricks and everything, and now I want to shoot people. I want to be able to look at them and figure out from a picture what they were thinking at that moment, what kind of person they are, or give you the option to look at them and say, I wonder what's going on in their mind right now. I've learned how to capture that a little bit better, I think. My strength is that I really pay a lot of attention to the details and really getting something to look right. However, that could also be seen as a weakness because that takes a lot of time, and sometimes if something's difficult, you just kind of keep working at it. So really just practice and stuff will help improve that. Weaknesses definitely would have to be any sort of landscape photography if I'm doing that. Another weakness is drawing. I don't enjoy it. It's not easy for me. But I try and do it over and over and over. You just gotta practice it. Strengths, definitely color, working with color, or high fashion, black and white, anything, painting, drawing, photography, any of it just works for me.
This scholarship will benefit my future in art because it is going towards the College for Creative Studies, and that will help me have money for materials and other stuff in my art education.
The scholarship will benefit me in numerous ways, whether it's buying my supplies and or new equipment to be able to work with my art better and during the initial process instead of having to work with it afterwards in Photoshop or whatever. But anyway, the scholarship helps immensely. I want to teach. I want to be able to spread my love of art to the community, whether it's working in the high school where I found my love for the fine arts, or if it's working in elementary school and introducing it, or working with special needs kids who use their art as more of an outlet and a way to express how they're feeling when they can't with words. So that's something I'd love to do with it.
In the future, I would love to work for a place like Disney or Pixar. And if not that, I would love to get into fashion illustration for a magazine or big department stores.
Don't let people hold you back. If you want to do something, do it. People will tell you, oh, you can't look at this person for this reason. Look at them anyways. Do something. Emulate the people you want to be like, but don't copy them. You always have to have your own style, but tweak it a little bit. If you like something they do, tweak it. Just you gotta find your niche.
Just keep working at your stuff and go for it. If it's something you're passionate about, you should go and work towards that and try to have a future in that, because if you've got this great talent, and you shouldn't waste it.